start something. What's up everybody, Shawn with Drippin Wet Detailing Supplies here. We're gonna start something a bit different here for our YouTube channel. We're over here at AG Auto Sports. My truck's in the background. What we're gonna start to do is we're gonna demonstrate how we use our products and how to use our products and which way to use them on different parts of your vehicle. So today what we're going to do is we're going to show you on this F-250, sees a construction site every day. We're going to show you how to properly clean the wheels, tires, and wheel wells using our APC, dripping grease, RVP, dripping iron. So along with some various wheel tools, 2 out of the 3 we'll be using will be available on our website. 1 we decided not to carry because after much testing, not a very good product, and you'll see why here in a little bit. The wheels are cooling down. We're going to get set up here, and we're going to show you how to clean some wheels and tires. So follow along. All right guys, so we got our 5-gallon bucket with about 3 gallons of water and 2 ounces of our dripping suds. We're just going to use that as lubrication for the tools. We got our dripping iron, and we got our dripping grease diluted 1-to-1. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna wash down the wheel, the tire, the wheel well with water. We're only gonna be using a garden hose today to simulate, like if you're at your house, you don't have electric pressure cleaner. We're gonna show you that these products work whether you're a professional with a pressure cleaner, you're an enthusiast at home and you have a Kranzel or another electric pressure cleaner like an Active, or you're just stuck with the old garden hose. So we're gonna get going, we're gonna get started here. First thing we're gonna do is rinse it down. Once everything is rinsed down, we're gonna spray the tires with our dripping grease. We're gonna spray the barrels, the face of the wheel, and the lip with our dripping iron. We're gonna let both dwell for about, we're in the sun here, so we'll say about 1 to 2 minutes. Then we're gonna go in with our little stiff brush. We're gonna clean the tire. We're gonna take our other 2 wheel brushes along with this. This is an old 70-30 microfiber to clean the wheels. And then after that, we'll dress the wheels with our dripping RVP. But for now, let's get started with cleaning the wheel. Now, before I go spray down the wheels, just want to say, anytime you're working with degreaser or even iron remover, always a good idea to wear gloves. It will eat up your hands. Also, if you saw, I was touching the wheel. I was driving, I've been sitting for about like 30 minutes. Just wanted to make sure the wheel is cool to touch. You don't want to drive your car or spray, not even just our iron remover, anybody's wheel or tire cleaner, or even a degreaser APC on a hot wheel. On something that's powder coated or painted, if it's not matte, you're probably not going to notice anything. But if you got chrome or polished aluminum, or even anodized wheels, it will ruin the wheel. So don't do that. So now we're going to get back to our cleaning process. We're going to grab our dripping grease. Sit on the tire there as well. Take our iron remover, our dripping iron, spray barrels, the lips, and of course, and as you can see, this bottle is pretty much full and I overused it. As you can see, it does turn purple, which means it is breaking down. These have semi-metallic pads, so they get tons of brake dust on it. I do have quick drip on it, which makes it a bit easier to clean. But just for demonstration purpose, I can clean this with our APC, but I just wanted to show you guys how the iron remover works. And as you can see, as it makes contact with the metal on your wheels, it is going to dissolve, the brake dust and the metal that is deposited onto the wheels. This also has a natural mild cleaner to it, which is why it makes it so easy to clean the wheels, which is why we could have a 2-in-1 product where our iron remover not only works on your wheels and tires, but it also works as a decon on your paint. So the tire's been glowing a little bit. We're gonna grab our stiff brush here. We're gonna give the tire a good wash, because you can see is already turning brown and releasing the dust. Our RVP is water-based, so you want the tire to be as clean as possible, which means if you had solvent dressing on it before, you're going to want to completely remove the solvent dressing. You might have to use the degreaser twice, and in a lot of cases, maybe use something like acetone or denatured alcohol on the wheel to remove all of that solvent-based tire shine. Also, solvent-based tire shine is going to dry rot your tire over time. It's not something you want to use. So, we're going to go in here, we're going to clean our tire, and we're going to get into cleaning the rim, which is, you can see, most of this metal has already fell off the wheel, just where it's a little bit thicker here, but you can see on my finger, without even scrubbing, I don't know if the camera picks that up from that far away, but it's pretty much done. So, I'm going to try not to block the camera. I'm going to give it a little spritz. The tire is dry, but there's a bit of lubrication to get it wet again. Now, we use normally a Daytona speed brush, but we got this from a supplier, which is what you would buy from Amazon. They're normally blue and black. Biggest pieces of trash. Doesn't hold its shape. $10 more, boys. Get a Daytona speed brush. What most people don't know, they do break. They have a lifetime warranty. So get a Daytona speed brush. All right, so we're gonna clean the barrels of the wheels first. We're gonna dunk it in our bucket, get it lubricated, go ahead and clean the wheels. We're gonna grab our soft bristle brush. These will be available on the website. Dunk it in the Drippin suds. Now I always like to finish with the microfiber. It just ensures you got all the dirt off. That the wheel and tires are clean, we're going to go ahead and rinse them off. What I did forget to show you is typically when we do this, we'll spray, even though these are carpet, we'll spray the carpet and the frame with our APC diluted 2 parts to 1. So we're going to go ahead and rinse this off, and then we're going to clean the wheel wells separately. I'll move the camera for that. All right, now that the tire's done, we're going to go ahead and get the whole wheel liner with our APC 2 to 1. Get the wheel liner, you're going to get the frame, the shocks, the springs, you name it. Now my frame was already treated with RVP, which makes this cleaning process a whole lot easier. But if I did have a pressure cleaner, I could go in and pressure clean this, and probably 75 to 90% of the dirt, because it was treated with RVP, is just going to fall right off the frame. And on my personal truck, because it does see the job site all the time, I'll do this once a month and I'll coat it with RVP. Comes right off, frame looks brand new, but we're going to show that process today. On weekly customers, if you have it, it's going to make, even if they work construction, you're going to see that it's going to make your cleaning process much quicker just by taking the extra time and coating the frame with some RVP diluted 3 to 1. So the first thing I do is I grab the soft bristle brush. I'm going to go ahead and clean the frame, clean the majority of the spring, all the plastics back here, the wheel liner, and then I'm going to go in with the microfiber and get the spots that I couldn't reach. Carpet, you're going to want to use a stiff brush. You know, help loosen all the dirt. If you have a pressure cleaner, you could just go ahead and pressure clean it or remove most of it. Slide this out of the way. Now I'm going to grab a microfiber just to get the spring, the shock, and the area behind it. Now on these Super Duties, you can see the oil filter. It's always a good idea. Just reach your hand in there, give it a nice wipe, make it look brand new. A stiff brush. If you don't have a pressure cleaner, a stiff brush does a great job at loosening the sand that typically gets stuck in these. give her a rinse. Typically when you're detailing your vehicle, I always start with the wheels and tires, and then I'll go on and doing the painted surfaces. So by the time you're done with the whole vehicle, your tires are dry, your wheels need minimal wiping. You might wet them again if one side of the vehicle is drying, but you have a dry tire, you have a dry wheel, you can go ahead, finish the car, apply. You want to apply the RVP onto a dry tire, onto a dry frame. So to speed up the process, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the leaf blower. We are going to do the whole car, but just for this video's purpose, I want to show you the wheels, tires, wheel wells, and how to use our products properly. So I'm going to go get the leaf blower, dry this off, use a microfiber, go ahead and show you how we apply Tire Shine, aka our RVP, which works on rubber, vinyl, plastic, works on satin frames. It works as a great undercarriage spray, unlike other undercarriage sprays. When you use ours, it is water-based, so the dirt will just fall off to it. Whereas solvent-based dirt is going to stick to it, and then you got to use a degreaser or something like that to remove the solvent and the dirt. Not with our product being water-based. Now, is it going to last as long on the frame? No, because obviously if it's raining and stuff like that, you'll get streaks in it. But if you live in an area like the desert, or where in the wintertime you don't get much rain, it'll last months. So anyways, we're gonna get the leaf blower, dry these wheels, we get back. All right, obviously air compressor is
He's got special stuff that he hasn't brought us, eh?
we have all of this stuff.
What's in that pink one?
It's a degreaser.
We don't have that?
You have degreaser here.
We don't have Sully's degree. I like the white bucket too.
I'll give you a white bucket. Standing right in the camera behind me. Okay, that part's gonna be time lapse. All right, so we got our Drippin RVP diluted 1-to-1. We got a saber applicator that we use for our tires. What we're going to do is basically use our hand, but you don't have to. Get the outside of the tire and then go in with the applicator and get the inside of the tire. I don't like using an air gun because you get overspray all over the vehicle, all over the tire, and now you're chasing overspray from a tire shot. Not necessary. So we're just gonna go in, guard the tire, spray away from the rim, get all the knobs. It will start to drip a little bit on your applicator, and we are just gonna go in and level it. A couple sprays. Make sure the whole tire is covered. Now, whether you're doing a car or truck, it is physically impossible to get the bottom part of the tire. So you're going to want to back it up, any vehicle, whether you're applying by hand, air compressor, doesn't matter, and get the top of the tire. Now, this takes about 10 to 15 minutes for it to soak into the rubber and be dry to touch. So we typically let it sit. We'll do all 4 tires. Then after that, what you're going to see is we'll take our quick drip, we'll spray it onto the tire, onto the rim, give it a wipe down, and then by that point, when you're done with the whole vehicle, the tires are pretty much dry. You just take your applicator that is a little damp, and you're just gonna go in and lightly level the tire, and it also removes any leftover tire shine that did not soak into the tire. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grab our RVP that's diluted 3 parts to 1, and we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to grab the camera so you guys can see how clean the frame is. We go ahead and we just spray that onto the frame and we let it self-level. So I'm going to take this and we'll focus. So you guys can see all the dirt, all the grime is off the frame, off the spring. And all we're going to do, let me make sure the sprayer works right. is take our RVP and spray any part. Even if you get it on the spring, I'll go ahead and wipe it after. Dang it. Sorry about that, boys. Now, if you wanted to use a spray gun on the frame, you can, but you'd probably use a little bit less. But I like to make sure everything is nice and fully coated, because my truck sees mud and grime every day, and just doing this makes it 10 times easier to clean. So we just let that drip dry. It will self-level itself and we'll come back. And once it's dry, we'll show you what it looks like. All right, now that the tire is dressed, everything is dry, we're gonna take our quick drip. Not only does it make your wheels look great, it also puts a silica protectant on them to keep brake dust, dirt, grime from sticking to your wheels. So the next time you go to clean it, not only does it add shine and protection to it, makes cleaning the wheel much easier. We are literally going to mist it onto the wheel. We're going to grab one of our 70-30 microfibers and basically wipe on and wipe off. So we're going to first go in, wipe everything. Side of the towel, quick buff. And just like that, you got nice, clean, protected, not only tires, but your rim too, because we decided to use the quick drip on it. I'm gonna take the camera here and show you guys how the frame came out. We'll focus here. I'd have to say, now it is still drying, but as you can see, gives it that nice brand new look. All right, and just like that, you have a nice clean set of wheels and tires. So if you like the way our products work today, if you like us, if you like what we're doing here at Drippin Wet Detailing Supplies, we really appreciate it. Head over to drippinwetdetailingsupplies.com to order your products today. If you subscribe to our website, you get 15% off your first order, and as always, anyways, might leave that in the video. So anything over $99, as always, is free shipping. Sorry I had a little stutter fuck there. Well, might have to beep that out, but anyways, thank you guys for following along. Hit that like button, subscribe, whether you like us or not. Leave a comment in the comment section. We'll be sure to read it and not care what you say. But if you're a supporter of ours, leave a comment. We love it. So thank you very much. Shawn with Drippin Wet Detailing Supplies here. Thank you for following along as we showed you how to use our products and properly clean a wheel and tire, along with the wheel wells and your suspension and frame if you have a truck. So catch you guys next time.